So what we're going to be discussing in this session is about Iran, Israel, Middle East, and obviously tensions as far as war is concerned in the region. Following on from Iran's attack on Israel on Saturday by firing over 300 projectiles, including drones and surface-to-surface missiles, all of which were intercepted either by the US or Israeli air defense systems. And the question is, what impact is that going to have overall on the region, and what impact is going to have as far as oil, gold, stocks and shares are concerned, and other commodities that could be impacted significantly by the war in the Middle East or potential war in the Middle East. Subsequently, following that strike, at the moment, Israel has not retaliated, but when they do retaliate, and they will retaliate, that is going to cause further tension and going to cause potential further drops in financial markets and pushing up oil, the dollar and gold. So we're going to look a bit more detail into that and just understand the perplexed situation, or the complicated situation that is really made up of several players within the Middle East, including the US, China and Russia. So if we just pull back a little bit, I run a workshop on this. I run a workshop on the Middle East, oil and gold, on the 14th of April. I do run workshops, and there'll be more workshops going forward regarding all types of trading, whether you're beginner, intermediate or advanced. And also run a mentorship program that could be of interest to you as well. And there we have 6 banking analysts from the top tier banks with a large community of traders and investors who are constantly looking for information. That's also one of the programs that we run. And obviously, as I said earlier, there'll be more workshops going forward, which you can join. All you have to do is DM me, whether it's on Instagram or on YouTube. Drop me a line and I'll get you registered for those. There is a fee payable for all workshops, just to let you know. So going back to the Middle East, as far as Iran is concerned and Israel, Iran has been a bugbear, has been an irritant as far as Israel is concerned. Again, we're being objective here, so we're not going to take sides. So Iran is looking for essentially the destruction of Israel, and they've stated that over and over again. Now, Iran does sponsor some of the proxy terror groups within the Middle East, and that is Hezbollah, Houthis, and obviously Hamas, and that came to fruition. They're back in the 7th of October 2023 with the Hamas assault terror attack on Israel at the time. Those are on the payroll of Iran. So Iran is financing a lot of terror around the Middle East and globally. Remember, Iran also is involved in Lebanon, it's involved in Iraq and involved in Syria. The main irritant to Iran is Israel. So Israel a couple of weeks ago knocked out several generals, one of them a top general of the IRGC, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, and they knocked him out in the Iranian consulate between the Iranian embassy and the Canadian consulate in Damascus, Syria, where the generals there thought or felt as though they were completely safe. But Israel came along, knocked out the generals, and that caused the fury with mullahs in the Islamic Republic of Iran. So they did vow vengeance, and Israel has been on alert for that particular retaliatory strike, which did happen on Saturday night. Over the weekend, oil and gold shot up, and also stock market futures dropped, expecting there to be a war. It just so happens that Israel was struck, but it defended itself, and therefore the air defense system of the US and the 5th Fleet and the air defense within Israel managed to bring down those attack drones and those surface missiles. If one of those missiles or attack drones had actually landed and caused damage or death or destruction, then there would have been a further escalation, a further retaliatory strike by Israel on Tehran or Iran or on the nuclear facilities, and that would have escalated into a major regional war, which would have sent oil up to around about $110, $115 a barrel, and gold up to the $24.50, $2,500 level, with stock markets falling. Subsequently, it was calmed down. Joe Biden has stated, very rare, but he said that America will not get involved with an attack on Iran. So if Israel does attack Iran, it's on its own. So Israel now has to consider what would be the circumstances on which they would attack Iran, but it's likelihood that at some stage they will strike Iran on a retaliatory strike for what happened on Saturday, and that's on the card. So going forward, you could expect a strike, and as a result of that, obviously that is going to cause further volatility. It's not going to go away. So what's happening in the Middle East is not going to calm down. It's not going to disappear. You've got Hezbollah in Lebanon. You've got Hamas in the south. You've got Houthis in Yemen that are also firing missiles at Israel. And Israel, obviously backed by the US, all the armaments come in from the US. So Israel is going to respond accordingly, and there is going to be an escalation. Probably there's going to be a further escalation in Lebanon against Hezbollah, which is a proxy of Iran. So Israel will probably attack deeper into Lebanon, because 85,000 of their residents from the north of Israel have been removed due to the fear of a Hezbollah terror tunnel or kidnapping attack, which was the fear originally, and those residents are still not returned home. So Israel will have to do something to get peace and quiet in the north, in order that the residents will be able to return home as they need to return home in the south. So there is going to be an escalation of Middle East conflict. Oil is going to stay up there at Brent crude at the 89-90 level, with the US light, Texas light sweet crude around about the 84-85 level. Looking across markets, what you do have is you're going to have, as a result of that tension, a slightly stronger dollar. That's a race to a safe haven. The dollar is still considered a safe haven. It's a greenback. It's still up there as a safe haven, as well as bonds are, as well as gold is. Bitcoin is not yet considered a safe haven and is still a high risk, high volatility instrument. So when the markets are sold off, you can expect Bitcoin and the cryptos also to be sold off accordingly, because it is high risk. It's not yet a safe haven. So the crypto sector is high risk, and obviously it benefits from a risk on attitude where it goes up. Risk off attitude, it'll be sold off, as Bitcoin was sold off over the weekend of the Iranian strike on Israel. But looking forward to what's likely to happen over the next 6 months, there's probably going to be an escalation, as I said, of a regional war within the Middle East that is going to affect gold, is going to affect oil. In order to learn more, again, as I said, you can join the workshops. We'll be running workshops on geopolitical, on fundamentals, on options, trading, beginners, FX, crypto, commodities, indices, all types of strategies you can join the workshops on. I'll be running a series of workshops over the next 12 months. All you have to do is comment workshop and let's get you registered. As I said earlier on, there's a fee. I've also got some books out on Amazon regarding trading, FX, fundamentals, how to trade. I've got the latest book out is the Maverick Trader's Secrets. That's just come out on Amazon. All books are available on Amazon, and I've got the mentorship program as well. Hope you're enjoying the channel. If you are, comment, share, subscribe. Catch you later.